guys, how are you? So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the great myth of sales. So sales is often considered, it's something that you do, it's something that takes persistence. I mean, there's all types of books, written about sales, and there's classics considered like, the greatest salesman in the world, and there's these affirmations and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of what is being referred to as sales in those books, especially some of the old school books, it's related to prospecting, which is really just lead generation. So for the purposes of this video, when I say sales, I'm not talking about lead generation because that's marketing, that's higher up in the funnel, that's the actual process of generating leads. When I'm talking about sales, it's this idea that sales is something that you do to someone else, right? It's like you convince them, right? You twist their arm, and that can work to an extent, but it's not sustainable. People don't like it. It's very bad for your brand and every brand who does it or who still does it. Sales, in my view, it's not about twisting anyone's arm. I'm reminded of that cliche story. Two bulls are standing at the top of a hill, and down in the valley below where the bulls are looking, there's all this cattle, there's these cows. And one bull says to the other bull, hey buddy, hey Bob, if we run on down there, we can mate or breed with a few of them. And then the other bull, who the first bull was talking to, Bob, wisely responds, well, Stan, that's a great idea, but if we just mosey on down there, we can breed them all. The point of the story is related to my point with this myth around sales. A lot of people hear about the idea of sales and they think, oh, Wolf of Wall Street, DiCaprio on the phone, boiler room style sales. You just gotta say the right words. This weekend, I was, we're solving this really critical bottleneck in our sales funnel that I'm not even sure where the hell it came from, but honestly, it just came over time. And I'm thinking it's really just a variety of factors in terms of changes that we made to the website and whatnot, and changes in traffic and changes, to Facebook's ad performance, just in terms of Apple rolling out this iOS update. So anyway, one of the things that I'm doing to help open up this bottleneck in our sales funnel is I'm looking at what's happening at the bottom of the funnel, where potential clients are getting on the phone with us, they're talking with us. And that was one of the first changes that I made. It's something I recommend you do if you're not sure why people aren't selling. It's just ask them, get on the phone with them and listen. It takes a certain level of mental energy to do that. And I think a lot of founders are uncomfortable with the idea and they want to sit and respond to emails and write some code and, read a blog post and sip a coffee or whatever, rather than talk to customers, rather than talk to clients, the people who can literally tell them the answer over time. Because that's how our sales funnel became so effective in the first place. Like I would relate it to the beginning of this year when we were, boom, really cooking. So might be a seasonal thing, might be the economy. I choose to believe that it's totally within our power, and it's just a matter of just opening it up. So we changed the call to action on our site to just be more direct and to drive more people to get on the phone with us. And the result of that is good. We have more data. We have different calls, and we record the calls. And I spent 4 hours going through just two of them, just two, 4 hours. And I wrote down some patterns that I started observing. But in going through this, it gave me a lot of insights. And by the way, if you guys are interested in hearing the recordings that I made as training for our team, kind of giving feedback, pointing out in real time mistakes and other tactics that maybe were actually good and effective, let me know. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know if you would find that valuable. Each of the two recordings that I made, reacting to and coaching and giving training tips, strategies in real time in these recordings where we're talking to clients. If you want to see those recordings, maybe I'll actually publish them, but you just leave a comment. Let me know if that would be interesting for you. They're about 2 hours each. They're very dense. but there's a lot of knowledge in there that I unpack based on, my 11 years experience just with AutoGrow, and then some additional years in there from previous businesses that I started when I was in college. So anyway, leave a comment, let me know if that'd be interesting to you. But one thing I was just reminded of while making these videos for the benefit of our team for their training was, this myth, that somehow it's not about just listening and understanding and asking questions and being genuinely curious. The famous thing in sales is, there's a lot of famous things in sales, but sell me this pen. Sell me this pen. Sell me this pen. DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street, he's walking around throughout the movie. It comes up a few times. Sell me this pen. And it's the last thing that the movie ends on. He's going through the audience as Jordan Belfort. And sell me this pen. Sell me this pen. And I think that's sort of what the team member in the video that I was critiquing and analyzing was doing more of, rather than asking questions, understanding, because that's the whole point of getting on a call compared to, just doing it on a website with a video or landing pages and copy, whatever, is that you can tailor your pitch. And in some cases, you can even say, no, I don't recommend it. I don't think this pen is right for you, because I might have asked the question, sell me this pen. And I think of the bulls, like you can run down there. And this is sort of what I saw this team member doing, feeding off that myth of you ask for the sale, all right, so ready to sign up? And then he's kind of talking at the prospective client, talk. He's throwing stuff against the wall, oh, we got this 14-day money back guarantee. Oh, we got this, we got that. And the prospective client sitting there and this is not what I wanted. It was actually pretty decent up until this point, or at least just okay. So there's a lot of talking, not a lot of listening, and there's a lot of activity going out because of this myth that says, oh, it's something that you can do. You just gotta say the right thing. You just gotta twist their arm. You gotta persuade them. But the truth is that no one can be persuaded of something that they don't want to be. It's kind of like if I say something on a call. So for example, think about it visually, and there's energy coming out, and it's going in this direction. But you're doing sales, and you're trying to persuade me to orient myself this way. And you're just hey, look over here, and you're trying to grab my arm and pull me over, just turn around. It's so much better, the view over here. You gotta face this way. I'm no, I like this way. I can see a little lake. I see some trees. It's great. Why would I want to turn this way? There's a wall over there. I don't want to turn that way. But instead, the salesperson just keeps going, oh, it's so great. It's amazing. I promise, it'll be great. And meanwhile, I'm still sitting here and I'm I'm not interested, buddy. Already said it, because the person didn't even hear what I was saying. So if the person was selling, okay, for real, it's more of taking the energy that I was putting out and just going with the flow, going with the flow, mosey on down from the hill to the valley where the cattle are, instead of running on down, right? Take it nice and easy. Well, great, that makes sense. So imagine I'm the salesperson trying to persuade me to go turn this way, go look at the wall. It's well, that makes sense. I agree. Seeing a nice little lake, some trees, fantastic. It's a great view. One of the benefits though, if you were open to it, if you turn this way, you get to see some books. And those books, they're leaning against the wall. They have some really inspiring ideas in them, ideas that have changed the lives of entrepreneurs, business people. And if you face this way, and if you do it just, let's say, for an hour out of the day, you might be more inspired. You might get more done, as has been reported by people who surround themselves with books with, many, many great ideas in them. Okay. And I might say, wow, that's actually, that's a good point. And so the person might go, yeah, and so that's one potential benefit. Another potential benefit is you might be more focused, because yes, it sounds crazy, face a wall to do work, but that can be beneficial because there can be less distraction than, interesting things that could take your attention out the window. It's like, oh, wow, I haven't thought about that either. That's a great point. I think I'm going to turn this way and I'll try it. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. And then the person finally says, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you try it just for 15 minutes, see how you feel about it. If you don't think it's worth going for another full hour, no worries. All right. Anyway, that's a pretty basic example. You can think of a similar way of, selling a pen and just, showing interest. Like tell me, what do you do for work? Like, well, I'm an accountant. And, do you do a lot on the computer, or do you actually like writing on paper? And, no, I work a lot on the computer. Yeah. Okay. So do you ever see benefit to writing things on paper? Yeah. Sometimes I journal to, get things, out of my mind to problem solve, and I'll just take a piece of paper and just start writing, because there's just something magical that happens compared to just typing on the computer. I can't type and think, speaking to an audio recorder doesn't really work. So again, you're like, okay, that sounds great. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll loan you this pen. We call it a free trial. All right. This pen, blah, 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 story behind it, or, the power of it, what, top benefit. This pen will help you do exactly that. It's, is comfort important to you when you're writing? Like, how do you feel about the current pens that you're using? And you get more data, get more information. Then you say, okay, well, from what you said, and you're showing that you heard them, from what you said, this pen that you're currently using versus maybe this one that I'm trying to sell you, this pen, you gotta push hard on the page. You gotta really put some pressure on it. With this pen that I'm going to give to you for free, which you can try for 2 days. I'll give it, actually, we'll make it 3. 3 days. You don't like it, no worries, I'll come get it back. With this pen, it glides right onto the page. And notice that it's one of my personal favorites. I don't know if you might like it. Just the sound effect. It's a little different from the standard. So you might enjoy that too, but as per your preference, it glides onto the page. So again, you're sort of suggesting something that they might be open to with the sound effect there, but at the same time, you're feeding into and focusing on what the prospect said was important to them, which is, how it writes it. I have to push hard on the page. I don't like pens like that. So listening, and then responding with what you heard in mind is the sales version of moseying on down there to breed with them all. Okay. In other words, you will have a much higher close rate if you become a great listener and you show genuine interest in other people and really understanding, what their needs are and how their needs align with what you have to offer or not. Because then they'll trust you. And even if it's not a sale today, it could be a sale tomorrow. They could recommend you to other people. Very important. Very, very important. Mosey on down there. Because the myth of sales is what tells you to run down the hill and try to mate with one or two of them. You're not DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. And that's not real life, in my opinion. It's not sustainable. So some companies, you hear stories, scripts have worked, blah, 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 blah. But if you want to have a great close rate and you want to have a great brand, mosey. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Tell me what you thought. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Tell me, how does this information align with what's going on in your business right now and what is going on in your business? I am genuinely interested. And I think that's why, when I've gotten on sales calls in the past, I had a very high close rate, about 70%. It helps that we have a great product and that we make it very easy for clients to work with us. So anyway, just to finish the point, if you like the video, appreciate it. Just leave a like, hit that like button right below, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when there are new videos and you don't miss one. You can also subscribe on our website, autogrow.co, to our email list. But speaking of having a great product, autogrow.co, briefly, our value proposition, our value to you as a potential business owner, agency owner, startup, consultant, coach, as many of our clients are. Autogrow.co, you're going to go there and you're going to learn about how Autogrow can help you to delegate all of your digital marketing projects and tasks without the headaches of hiring. Because it's a pain in the butt when you're trying to piecemeal it all together, as one of our clients said just the other day. See, I was listening. The client was piecemealing. He said, I'm piecemealing together with various freelancers. And what I want really is an integrated approach. And I think that's what you guys offer. And it's what we do offer, because we give you a full team at your fingertips with, actually, I say instead of 12, I've been saying 12 in the past videos, but now I say 13 skill sets. Proud to say 13, so 10, 3, 13 skill sets at your fingertips when you log in, when you sign up. And we make it so easy to sign up. You sign up for $7 for your first 7 days. And it's fantastic. So you can delegate anything you can think of, from, that's web design related, graphic design, development, copywriting, voiceover, video editing, motion graphics, ads management, strategy, and more. Okay. I can remember all 13 if I were to sit here for a few extra seconds and tell you, but it's better if you go just see the list for yourself on autogrow.co. It's a tremendous value. Okay. I think it's less than, I should know this, but it's like less than $25 a day to get started. I think it's actually 20 bucks a day on our lowest package to get started. And you can get started today for only $7. Plus we have a 14-day money back guarantee. And the way that works is it's 14 days from the day you sign up. So you sign up today, you pay $7 and you can use it, no limits, based on the package you select for 7 days. And, although actually, no, I just want to be clear about that. We'll set expectations, okay? So I think that we might be doing now, I have to confirm this with the team. I'm pretty sure that it's 7 days or your first 2 projects. So you can still send us some test projects, your first 2 projects. And then if you hit, 2 projects, then we'll ask you, okay, good to go. And you say, yep, because you still have the 14-day guarantee for your peace of mind. So 7 days. If 7 days elapses before 2 projects, okay, then you're charged, and then you have an additional 7 days just for your peace of mind. So you get a full 14 days to try it out. All right. And again, it's about getting work off of your plate. We have faster turnaround times and just a fantastic team that we've recruited, and that we deal with all the people stuff behind the scenes. So you don't have to, you just focus on what do I want to delegate to Autogrow. It's great. All right. And we serve thousands of clients. We've been in business for 11 years and our product is getting better every day. So it's great. So we look forward to working with you. Go check it out at autogrow.co today and start delegating your first project within 7 minutes. Okay. So that's it for today's video. As always, keep auto growing, stay focused. Let me know what you thought of this video. If you liked it, like it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.